12 of his field commanders were also reported dead. The Russian Defense Ministry said it made the attack in an intelligence-led operation. Golani and his men were attacked by 2 Russian warplanes. Well, for more on this, Sarah Firth joins us live from Turkey's Hatay province near the Syrian border. Sarah, great to see you. If verified, how important is this strike?
Well, Kilmany, if it is verified, extremely important. And to understand why it's so important, you need to know a little bit more about the leader that Russia claims that it is injured in this airstrike, Abu Mohammad al Golani. Now, he was the former leader of the al-Nusra Front, which was considered al-Qaeda's branch in Syria. Now, in 2016, the al-Nusra Front formally separated from al-Qaeda and since then have operated under a number of different names. Now, most recently, in fact, just some 3 days ago, al-Golani was appointed the head of Tahrir al Sham. Now, this is a group that is operating and has large control of Syria's northwest Idlib province. Now, if Russia has managed to injure al-Golani and a number of his other field commanders, that could potentially break Tahrir al Sham's stronghold in this Idlib province. And we know that that is something that Russia, along with a number of other countries, has been extremely eager to do. And it's important to note as well that even though al-Golani and the al-Nusra Front formally announced their separation from al-Qaeda, Russia, the United States, a number of other countries never accepted that. They said that was just a front, a rebranding, and that this group, and indeed Tahrir al Sham, as it currently calls itself, still has those connections to al-Qaeda.
Sarah, as well as targeting militants, Russia has also been accused of targeting civilians. What more can you tell us there?
Well, this is where it gets problematic because since September 19th, we've seen reports coming in of Russian and Syrian regime-led airstrikes in this northwestern Idlib province in Syria. Now, that's some 60 kilometers from where we are now on the Turkish-Syrian border. And it's problematic because there is a patchy ceasefire plan in place. And we know that Idlib is actually also one of the areas where Russia, along with Iran and Turkey, have come up with this de-escalation zone plan. Russia says that when it carries out these airstrikes in Idlib, that it is targeting militants. It will use this latest example of having actually managed to injure Tahrir al Sham's leader as an example of that. But we've been speaking to many aid agencies that are operating in this area that say, as well as targeting militant positions, those Russian and Syrian regime strikes also target civilians. And we've seen in the past the devastation that those airstrikes by Russian warplanes and Syrian regime warplanes have caused. So even in the last couple of days, we're speaking to aid agencies that are operating inside Syria on a daily basis, and they say that those airstrikes are having a very high civilian toll. So they're calling for those strikes to be stopped. And indeed, we've got a lot of focus on this region at the moment as a result of these talks that are ongoing between Tehran, Ankara and Moscow about this possible de-escalation zone in this area of Syria.